Python was invented roughly 30 years ago in the late 90s by an incredibly smart dude. And he invented Python because he wanted to have an alternative to create terminal and bash scripts. So Python was invented to be like an automation programming language running on some server in some cron jobs or stuff like that. And it was an incredibly good orchestration language, which is why we often use it in workflows and pipelines and stuff like that. Now, today, 98% of people building web APIs are using Python. Now, why is that a problem? Well, because of that Python was never built to do that. So Python is 20 times slower than Hyperlambda, almost 19. Depending upon whether or not you use Flask API or Fast API, Hyperlambda is 17 to 19 times faster than Python. Now, when you upgrade from something like C# to Rust or C++, you typically get a performance gain of somewhere between 200 to 500%. And still a lot of people would choose to do that upgrade, simply because they need the additional performance for some reasons. I used to work in fintech where we had trading software which was so dependent upon high throughput and high performance that we would sometimes choose to build stuff in C++ and C for these reasons. So when you upgrade from C# to C++ or Rust, you gain 200 to 500%. If you upgrade from Python to Hyperlambda, you gain 1,700 to 1,900% improvement. And the upgrade process is literally to go to the CRUD generator or the backend generator, choose your existing database and click a button, and you're done. You've basically replaced Python as your backend programming language in 0.1 second. This is because we have a CRUD generator similarly to the stuff that Django and Fast API and Flask has, that allows us to generate CRUD HTTP endpoints wrapping every single table you have in your existing database in a couple of seconds. And then when you're done with that, you can use the vibe coding tool to add business logic either to your existing endpoints or create new HTTP endpoints that somehow contains business logic. Now, Python is fundamentally broken. Did you know that a Python solution will spend 72 times as much electricity as the equivalent written in C? Now, when you're in a cron job that's executing twice a month to create a backup of your database, or you have some sort of orchestration workflow that triggers upon, commits towards your, GitHub repo or shit like that, then the overhead that Python comes with, meaning its slowness, becomes irrelevant. When you have an HTTP endpoint that is being simultaneously and concurrently hammered by 20,000 simultaneous users, Python doesn't even work anymore. If you look at my planche here, you will see that Hyperlambda could deal with, on average, roughly 80,000 requests in 30 seconds. If you look at the Python equivalent, the number of requests was roughly around 4,000 in the same period. That means Hyperlambda can deal with 20 times as much throughput as Python can. And it's because of that Python is actually fundamentally broken. You see, Google tried to fix Python Some 20 years ago, they hired some of the smartest software developers on earth. And they put like 20 of these people into the same room and told them to optimize Python. And the problem Google was experiencing was that they're using Python everywhere. They were using Python in their own infrastructure. Apologize. And the language simply didn't scale, right? So Pichai hired like 20 people or something to try to optimize it. They tried for 15 years and failed. Sundar Pichai fired them like 3 years ago, the whole team, and carte blanche, told to leave the office. So he completely gave up, and the reasons is because Python cannot be optimized. It's not possible in theory without breaking backwards compatibility, implying if you make Python faster, you basically destroyed it such that it cannot run anything you have previously built using Python. So basically every single line of Python code needs to be rewritten if you want to improve Python. And by the way, this is the reason why Google invented GoLang, because they realized Python is broken. It's completely broken for most of the things it is supposed to be doing, right? So when you start an HTTP API, you build it in Python, you're starting out your project as broken by design. You can never create a backend solution in Python that is not broken. And that is because of Python's performance. And I need to emphasize the difference in performance between Python and Hyperlambda. It's the same as the difference between 20-year-old Volkswagen and a modern fighter jet. Have a nice day.